Hey, how's it going, everyone? Andalor here. Man, I didn't think this was gonna happen. That's for sure. Well, some of it maybe. Here you can see the Commander banned and restricted announcement for September 23rd, 2024. The cards are right here. Um, First thing I want to preface, I love Magic the Gathering. I think the game's phenomenal, and I enjoy playing it when I can in person, online, competing, whether it be draft or sealed, pre release events, standard, pioneer, modern, Canadian Highlander. I'd love to dabble in vintage. And obviously legacy. But I play a lot of Commander because I do a lot of stuff, whether it be for work or anything else, alone. So when I spend my time with others or try to have fun, I do it in a social way. As Commander is a social format. I'm trying to not be as heated and as angry as I was when I've tried to record this multiple times. The best way to balance Commander is not to ban cards. I will stand by that statement until my dying breath. The way you fix Commander, air quotes fix, because I didn't think it was broken. I didn't think it was broken back when we had any of the crazy stuff. Flash was a little understandable, but like Golos, all of that, that's a whole different video, a whole different topic. We're looking at these Commander banned and restricted announcements. Now, I play regular Commander. I play Battle Cruiser like Precon Commander. I play CEDH a lot. I've got two CEDH decks, uh, basically completely foiled out, sitting on my desk right now, and one other deck that is comparable to a CEDH deck in a lot of ways. Man. Now, if we look at these banned and restricted announcements, I see a common theme between all of them. And that these are all CEDH cards. Nadu isn't. He is, but he's not, but he is. Nadu's a whole can of worms. Pun intended. Card's crazy. I get it. It sucks that it had to be banned. Because I've got a Simic deck that has some creatures that likes lands, that doesn't have many things that target, where Nadu would have been cool to put in the deck. Not anymore. Not anymore. But I digress on Nadu. As Nadu has been a fleeting memory that will be ingrained upon all Magic the Gathering players, and the great boogeyman of Modern Horizons 3. Nadu's Nadu. I don't think I need to talk about Nadu. Instead, I want to talk about Dockside, Jeweled Lotus, and Mana Crypt. I own all of these cards. I own multiple of these cards for them to go into multiple decks. These are CEDH cards, and if you would like to, I'll link the article below. And I'll scroll down in a little bit. The issue that the Commander's Rule Committee is talking about is they don't like how fast the games are becoming. How fast the games are becoming. They believe they don't like 6 to 8 turn games in Commander. They don't like it. They're not a fan. Which is interesting because I know people that love 6 to 8 turn games in Commander, but whatever. They think it's too fast. That's interesting. Okay. They believe it's too fast. Are all Commander games too fast now? Is that what it is? Are all of them too fast? That seems odd. Because to me, it sounds like instead of banning these cards that are very good, no one's arguing that any of these cards that you see here are bad. Dockside, phenomenal card. Amazing at ramping, especially against artifacts and low-cost enchantments that your opponents may spam out. Grants you a significant amount of treasures, especially if you can find a way to recur it over and over again, especially on the same turn. Generate tons of treasures. Holy crap. You have infinite mana. This is Black Lotus for your commander. I don't think I need to say why this is a good card. It's a Lotus. It's good. Mana Crypt. It's a free Soul Ring with a drawback. Drawback in air quotes. Now, what's interesting here is, especially if you go down, they talk about the potential for someone to get out of fast start and become the arch villain in the game. Talking about balancing. And that since Strixhaven, they've seen stronger mid-game cards and things like that. This is power creep in Magic the Gathering, and it's understandable. However, they don't like the ability to snowball an advantage, as they don't think it should be common, by banning 3 of the most explosive plays in the format. Here's the issue, Wizards. Here's the issue, Magic. I'll say it as someone that plays both very spiky, competitive. I enjoy combo decks. Hyper crazy combo decks. Like Twiddlestorm or Lotus Field, or recently in Standard, that crazy thing with the Copy Sword and the dragons from Kamigawa. Like, doing crazy, absurd things. Strong combos, deterministic combos, things that aren't fun to play against. Nadu, I was going to be building Nadu in Modern. It's good. When I play Standard, when I play Pioneer, when I play Modern, when I play Draft, when I'm playing a 1v1 format, there is one goal and one objective, and it's to win. Now, you have agency, almost complete agency, over what you're bringing in order to attempt to secure that win. Now, there are some people that play these formats for fun, and I'm not saying that that's a wrong way to do it. But if you're playing a format for fun, you shouldn't be complaining about the strong cards, because you're in it for fun. Because 1v1 formats are not a social for fun format. They're not. And I'm sorry if this is earth-shattering news to you, but it shouldn't be. That being said, every form of Commander, from Battlecruiser to CEDH, is a social format. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say those evil words. But at every level, you're going to be talking to your opponent. A little bit. At lower power levels, you should be wanting to show off your deck, especially if you made it yourself. It should be something cool, unique, an expression of yourself. Because that's what it is. You're playing a low power deck. So whether yours, like you said, I built this entire deck for $1. Do I know how that's possible? No, that sounds crazy. Including your commander, it's all $1? That's cool. That's super cool. I love that. Or I have a deck here. This is my completely unsleeved deck that I play with that only has old cards in it. That really hurts people when I play it. It's strong. It's towards the other end of that spectrum. But I love bringing it out because it has character. Let alone the cards having character, the deck itself has character. I love it. Or you can sit at a CEDH table. And well, they're not going to tell you literal everything about the deck. This is my counter. This is how many counter spells I have. This is my combo suite. If you don't think there's going to be politics or something along those lines, there is. It's a social format. And assuming that you're in it to have fun and to play, the first thing you do when you sit down at a table is you shuffle your deck, put your commander out, shuffle your deck, and you say, hey guys, what's everybody playing? How fast are we thinking we're going? Things like that. You don't just sit down and say, this is my commander, let's go, let's roll for start. Somebody asks, do you have any infinite combos? Wouldn't you like to know? I'm not going to tell you. You'll have extra advantage, extra information against me. Huh? What? Like, if you feel the overwhelming need, and this is another controversial, I guess, opinion. If you have the overwhelming need to spike in a game of Commander, to win, to beat down your opponents, to lie overtly about the number of combos in your deck, or anything along those lines, to try to accrue an advantage by misguiding your opponents, or just to say, oh yeah, my deck's like a 5, when you know your deck's like a 9. And I know the numbers are funny, but bro, you need to play more Magic. Or you need to win more Magic. And it might just be a Meep thing, but after playing tons of Draft, tons of Standard, tons of all these other formats, 1v1s, trying to win, actively looking to win. Not so much have fun. I mean, I'm having fun by winning. But my goal isn't to, like, group hug type of win. My goal is to sit down and win. When I go play Commander afterwards, my goal then isn't to be like, oh, these guys aren't ready. I just spent the past week and a half beating kids into the ground playing Mono Red on MTGA. And you know what? Now it's time for the people at my LGS to join them. They're going to get ran over by my super strong Hyper Ramp Eldrazi deck. And I'm going to make it so that I cast an Eldrazi on turn 2. And then at that point, I'm going to have everybody start sacrificing their permanents so they won't even get to play the game. Wait a second. I think you hit the nail on the head there, friend. You don't want anyone else to play the game? A social format, a social event, a gathering of Magic players. You don't want them to to play. You don't want them to have fun. You need to have these conversations, people. LGS owners, I'm not saying you should enforce it, but you should look to condone people having fun and people talking about their decks. You don't need to ban Mana Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, and Dockside. Oh, but they're not healthy for the Commander metagame. Yeah, do you know what else isn't healthy? Going in blind to a matchup on Commander. Oh, but they lied to me. They said they didn't have any of the strong cards, and they lied. Okay, cool. Don't play with them again. Talk to your friends. They might agree with you. And if they agree with you, tell them not to play with them either. It's very quick. And not that I always condone this, because it's a bit of social bullying. But people will get the hint very quickly. If they're spiking in games and making it unfun for the rest of the players, people will lie. Say, oh, is that a spot open? No, sorry, we got a friend coming. Do they? Maybe. But they definitely don't want to play with you. Because they don't like the way you play. And it's not about the cards you play. It's not about having Mana Crypt and Jeweled Lotus and Dockside in your deck. It's what you make out of it. For example, I have, and routinely bring to my local game store, a sliver deck. A 5-color sliver deck. Now, for those people that have been around local game stores and know how people like to spike in Magic the Gathering games, that should set off red blinking flags, like red alarms. Uh-oh! He's got slivers. He's going to run us down. There's nothing we can do. No. I have people that will play my sliver deck. Either play the deck itself. I'll lend it out to them. They want to play? Sure, I'll let them play it. Or they say, yeah, join our pod. Yeah, come on. You guys got to see this deck. Why? Well, it's simple. I love slivers. But I wanted to make a funny deck. So I made a sliver deck with Umori as my companion. Now, for those people that don't know what Umori does, it says that to have it as a companion, you can only have one card type other than lands. Well, I chose creatures. And within those creatures, obviously, I chose slivers. So my deck consists of lands, only lands, and slivers. Now, it's strong until I get board wiped and have absolutely no way to come back. It's strong until you see me take 3 damage a turn from fetching a shock land. And I do that for 5 turns straight. And all of a sudden, this sliver player that kind of has a decent board also has a similar health to everybody else because he's been taking as much damage as you guys have from his lands. It doesn't take much to have strong cards be put into a deck that will still let other people have fun and still let other people enjoy the act of playing Magic the Gathering and playing with you. I will stand by the fact that I think the less bans we have in Commander, the better. Obviously, there are some cards that need to be banned. The whole anti-system, things along those lines. I get it. You don't want people taking cards from other people. That's not fun. Certain silver borders that just aren't feasibly or realistically possible to implement. All right, that's fine. It just doesn't really work. Complaining about the fact that a format is too fast, when unlike every other format, there is an expectation that the other players should be talking and interacting with each other prior to a card being played in order to determine if all of them are playing with the same ideas, and then banning certain cards because they're too fast? That doesn't talk about the game. That doesn't talk about the format. That talks about the players. It doesn't matter what cards you ban. That means you have problem players, and you need to address the problem players. And there's also this bit about Sol Ring and them not banning Sol Ring. Banning Sol Ring would fundamentally change the identity of the format. I think they're gonna ban Sol Ring. I don't know when it'll happen, but I think it'll happen. And I think it'll happen because these are bans. These bans here, in my opinion, aren't bans of someone that's thinking of the format. I believe these are bans of people that are reacting poorly to drama. I think that these are a social ban. I don't think these are good mechanical bans. If you think these need to be banned, please, in the comments, non-antagonistically, tell me why. And think about why these need to be banned. Is it because they're too expensive? Okay, that's unreasonable. But I can see your opinion on them. Is it because they're too strong? That also seems unreasonable. But sure. I'd love to hear what your opinions on it are. But my opinions are almost set in stone. You don't need to ban cards to fix commanders. You need to fix the mindset of the players. You need to get them to talk about why they're playing the game and who they're playing with. And until you can do that, Commander will never be balanced. Commander will always have these problems. You'll always have people that are, quote, spiking. And though Mana Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, and Dockside are now gone, it will transition to other things that they determine or that a group determines are too strong for the format. And I don't think it's right. I think you need to talk before you need to ban. It'll be interesting to see what other people think, though. Please, let me know what you think in the comments down below.